Okay, first of all, I just want to thank Jake again for buying me one more coffee. Thank you so much, Jake. And he said I was able to do 3 sets of 5 muscle-ups with the red band. So today I tried to do no-kip bodyweight muscle-ups. I was able to do 2 in a row, though they weren't pretty as I could just barely pull high enough without any bands or kipping. My new goal is 3 clean bodyweight muscle-ups by my 40th birthday in October. I'll keep training with the red band. Yeah, I'm so happy for you, Jake. And most of the time this is the case, that if you can do around 5 muscle-ups with the red band, you probably have 1 or 2 bodyweight muscle-ups. They might not be as clean as you want them to be, but getting over the bar without any band is a great accomplishment and a great feeling. I'm very happy for your progress, Jake, and thank you so much for the coffee. So I got this really good question on my latest video. It's very long, but the gist of the comment is this. He says that if you can pull 50% of your body weight in a weighted pull-up, you kind of have the muscle up. And he continues to write, so for anyone out there, keep adding weight in progressive overload until you get to 50% of your body weight. Although there are outliers, and everyone is a little different, the correlation is strong enough that you can expect to get your muscle up around 50% of your body weight. That is your lighthouse in the ocean to guide you. And of course, if you are overweight, it will be even harder to ever muscle up, so lose the weight. So basically, if you can do 1 pull-up with 50% of your body weight, the muscle up will be a lot easier. So when he started working on his weighted explosive pull-ups, he got the muscle up. So again, I would recommend reading this comment under my video, Best Muscle Up Tips 2024. So thank you so much for that comment, Kim Park. So I would like to speak a little bit about muscle up training volume and frequency. I usually recommend training the muscle up 2 times per week. Or if you're training weighted explosive pull-ups, I would recommend having 1 muscle up session and 1 weighted explosive pull-up session. Because for most of us, it's really hard to recover from more sessions if we're keeping an kind of high intensity but not going to failure, of course. And it's also important to know your 1 rep max, so you're not going too hard each and every training session, because that will really stall your progress and you won't make the strength gains that you want. So let's say that your 1 rep max is 1 muscle up with the black band. You can't do any more reps than that. Then I would recommend training with the purple band and the green band, and maybe staying like 2 reps from failure each set. And if you're training weighted explosive pull-ups and your 1 rep max is like 20 or 30 kilos, then you can train more reps with like 10 to 20 kilo. And the same there, staying 2 reps shy from failure, something like that. And then maybe once per month you can try your new 1 rep max and evaluate from there. The slow and steady progress always wins in the long run. And Goku Sad have a question. Should I deload when I feel weaker or just before getting weaker or hitting a plateau? I hope you get it. For me, it's very important to plan a deload around every 6 to 10 weeks. If I've been training hard, it's usually around that time where I start to lose a little bit of strength. I start to have small aches and pains, and I start to feel more tired basically. So that's a perfect time for me to have a deload week. Sometimes I just take a full week off and don't do anything. And sometimes I just do a classic deload, reducing the weight by 50% or reps. There's a lot of ways to do it, but it's important to give your body that rest time and to be able to come back stronger. I would say that if you're feeling strong and you keep making progress and there's no real issue, keep on training until you start to find these small signs, As we mature in our training and get to know our bodies more and more, we will pick up on small signs that it's time for a deload. Do you remember what was your 1 rep max of weighted pull-ups before you moved on to doing muscle-ups as your primary pull exercise? I think it was around like 40 kilos. And Devin's Calisthenics says, informative content, Mike. Thank you again. Thank you, Devin. Have you ever tried muscle-ups with gymnastic rings? Yeah, in the beginning of my muscle-up journey, I played around with rings, but I just fell in love with the bar, doing bar muscle-ups. So I haven't really focused on rings yet, but who knows in the future. Mike, pulling with biceps like reverse biceps curls helped me. Next time, explain to the people how to pull like reverse bicep curls. Yeah, I have heard about this cue. So basically when you're doing your muscle ups, treat it like a reverse bicep curl. What this basically means is that when you're pulling up, You want the bar to be as close to your body as possible. You don't want to pull away from the bar. You want to pull up and over the bar as close as you can. And this will mimic the reverse bicep curl, because you don't want to use your lats too much to pull away from the bar. You actually want to bend your elbows when you're pulling up. Yeah, I'm really glad to hear that that helped you, because there's so many different cues that click for each and every one of us. Hello, Mike. You are right about the little swing. In the past, I was thinking that more swing is better, but now when I try little swing, I realized that I was going up higher than before. Thanks, that was a good tip. Yeah, it's so counterintuitive, you know. We often think that using a bigger swing will make the muscle up a lot easier. But as he says in the comment, when you reduce your swing a little bit, the muscle up actually becomes easier because all your power are going in the right direction, so to speak. When we're using a lot of swing, we are pulling away from the bar and we create an inefficient bar path. What we want is an efficient bar path. We want to pull as close to the bar as possible. We don't want to pull from dead hang, but we want a small swing forward. Please tell me in the comments, what's your experience with using less swing? Did that make the muscle up easier for you? Or if you haven't tried it yet, please try to use a smaller swing and tell me in the comments how it was. Mike, about half muscle ups, you need to change the name, because half muscle ups is not the right name, because half muscle ups are like a full muscle up movement. If you can half muscle up, you can actually do the complete muscle up. Better to name it 90% or 99% muscle up. So half muscle up is when you pull up and rest the bar on your stomach. You don't push up into the dip. And yeah, it's kind of true. Pushing up into the dip is something most of us can do, but pulling up and resting your stomach on the bar is, you're right, it's almost a complete muscle up. But what half muscle ups can help us with is working on one of the most important technique tips, and that is throwing the chest over the bar. Because what the muscle up transition actually is just throwing your chest over the bar like you're doing an aggressive sit-up in the air. That is actually the transition. I would love to hear what your experience with half muscle ups is. Do you practice the half muscle ups, or do you just do the full muscle up? Let me know in the comment. All right, guys, so I'm starting my workout with one bodyweight muscle up. All right, putting on the ankle weights, total of 2 kilos. And because I'm a weighted muscle up beginner, it makes sense to do 2 kilo jumps. So 1 kilo on each leg. All right, adding 2 more kilos, a total of 4 kilos. 4 kilos are on. Thinking about the most important technique, throwing my chest over the bar. So loaded up with 6 kilos. Right, guys, the final weighted rep with 6 kilos. So as I emphasized in my last video, the most important technique tip that I'm still thinking about myself is starting the transition very early in the pull. So you don't have to do the explosive pull up until you are about here and then transfer into the dip. You can actually start to throw your chest over the bar when you're about here. That will make you stay as close to the bar as possible and give you the best bar path. So I'm at the second part of the workout, and I will be doing a muscle up pyramid with body weight, going from 1 to 3 and then down again. And I like to mix weighted and body weight reps in the same workout. I usually do singles with weights, and then for the second part of the workout, I like to do body weight with reps. So in my next workout, I can choose to either increase the weight of my single muscle ups, or I can add a rep in the second part of the workout, the body weight workout. And that way I make sure that I progress each month. And then I can also choose to test my 1 rep max each month. My 1 rep max at the moment is around 10 to 12 kilos. So right now I will start by doing 1 bodyweight muscle up. And then 2 bodyweight muscle ups. Alright, guys, the top set, 3 bodyweight muscle ups. Two bodyweight muscle ups. I will also recommend pulling a little bit later in the swing. That will make the muscle up a little bit easier. And if you want more muscle up tips, I would recommend watching this video right here.